Hey everybody, my name is Marcella Dominguez. I am a trademark lawyer and a licensing agent helping you expand your brand into different categories. If you are new here, make sure to hit subscribe. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what brand licensing is and how it is going to benefit you in your business. You want to know the top 3 reasons why you should brand license and how it will increase your top line? Then make sure to keep watching. Number 1, brand licensing allows you to expand your brand into other categories that you otherwise would not be able to. Some people don't have the resources, they don't have the time, and they also don't have the wherewithal to start expanding their brand into different categories. So I want to give you an example. Some people are extremely creative. Take the Coca-Cola brand, for example. They are dedicated to creating consumer beverages, right? They want to make sure that it tastes good, that it maintains its taste, and that people continue to love the brand. But they're never really going to expand into, say, making backpacks or making bed sheets or even kids' toys. So when there's an opportunity for Coca-Cola to expand into these categories, which I'm putting on the screen right now, it is obvious why Coca-Cola wants to branch out. Whenever you branch out and you create partnerships with other people, you are able to jump into uncharted waters. So you don't have to have experience in those uncharted waters. Somebody else will have the experience in those uncharted waters, let's say in kids bedding, in camping supplies, camping gear, in food, in those other things, because Coca-Cola only knows how to do beverages. So if Coca-Cola wants to expand into those other categories, then it would be an amazing idea for them to let somebody else borrow their intellectual property, in other words, their name and their brand, and allow that other person to put the brand on those other products that Coca-Cola doesn't have experience making, and Coca-Cola is still able to profit, and they get royalties from letting somebody else borrow their brands. Do you want royalties? I mean, royalties sound good to me. If you are interested in increasing your bottom line and figuring out how to grow your brand, then brand licensing might be for you. Number 2, brand licensing allows you to continue to market, advertise. And why is that important? Well, it's not just as easy as saying, okay, I let this other person borrow my intellectual property and now I can just sit back and look pretty. You still have to market your brand, but guess what? Now you can make a more concerted effort to really invest time, energy, and resources into marketing the brand while somebody else helps you expand it in a different category. So if you know that you need to market your brand anyway, why not just focus on marketing the brand, and why not let someone else put tentacles out there for you in different product categories? This allows you to really focus on the consumer and what does the consumer want? What do they want to see from me? What colors do they like? Where can I put my advertisements? How can I best reach them? It allows you to really focus on those marketing and advertising questions that perhaps you wouldn't be able to focus on if you yourself were the one trying to expand into other categories, because you might be a little bit more limited with time and resources. Now, I love using this example because it is extremely powerful. Bethany Frankel, who sold the Skinny Girl brand, was able to license her brand, but keep the intellectual property. In other words, she keep ownership over the logo so that she could carry over into other categories. So by creating this licensing opportunity with other brands, she was actually able to still use the logo and take it into other categories. But because somebody else who is very powerful is continuing to push her brand in the beverage category, she can now focus her marketing efforts in other categories that her consumers would still find beneficial and attractive. Number 3, if you are somebody who wants to go at licensing all on your own, then there is very little cost associated with it relative to other investments. I mean, you still have to invest something, right? Whether it's time or money. If you want a licensing agent who can help you, then make sure to scroll down into the description where we'd be more than happy to answer your questions, because it's always free to send me an email. You know, relative to other investments, it is a low cost investment relative to what you are capable of making. So as I said before, while you let somebody else increase brand awareness in a particular category, you are basically increasing your profit without necessarily increasing your risk too much. Now, I don't want you to think that there are no risks, because of course there are. You want to make sure that the person you're entering into a partnership with will definitely uphold the values of your brand. So you don't want somebody to go out there and misrepresent you or your brand or your mission or your values, because then that can taint your brand and it might make you look bad and nobody else might want to work with you in the future. But you know, everything carries a cost risk analysis, and so make sure that you properly weigh the pros with the cons and make sure you really know who you are getting into business with, and do your due diligence. And you want to do that before you sign anything, not after. So if after watching this video you're still very interested in brand licensing and you want to understand how trademark plays a role in all of this, then make sure to catch that video right there where I go into more detail about how all of this is relevant to you and your business. And like I said, if you're really interested in increasing your business revenue, make sure you consider licensing and send us an email down below.